My name's Christelle McLaren and I'm an occupational therapist. I work at the Institute for Urban Indigenous Health. With a lot of our students that are on placement, they will actually work in with the usual clinic caseload that the clinician has, but there is the opportunity then when we do have students for us to trial new programs as well. So we might actually look at developing a new service, but we may not have the manpower for that, so having students on prac with us might enable us to do that. So an example of that in paediatrics might be with some of our population-based skill development programs, where we've actually rolled out programs that might run for 5 weeks at various clinics, where we actually have the students, so like an OT and a speech student or teams of them working together to actually provide that service within the clinic. So one of the really great things from being able to do that is it actually gives us the opportunity to trial a new service without actually having to start it off from scratch without having measured the outcomes. So if we can actually start a service or trial a service with students, then that actually enables us to measure outcomes and to see if it's going to be something that's going to be beneficial. The other thing also that's really great about that is that some of the clinics then are getting services that they may not ordinarily get. So they might actually get a skill development program which enables children who haven't been flagged for individual therapy to come along and sort of start building those relationships with the clinic as well. So another way in which we've used that also for the clinics is when we've actually started a new clinic. So prior to having an allied health service there, we might actually use students to start or run a 5-week program there before we've had clinicians actually working out of that clinic, and that just helps us to build those relationships between the clinic and the local community in that area.
My name's Alison Nelson. I'm an occupational therapist and I work at the Institute for Urban Indigenous Health as the Director for Allied Health and Workforce Development. So I guess one of the things that we've benefited from as an organisation over time and having partnerships with universities is the flow-on effects of that. So not only are student placements, sort of fairly routine business for us now, but I guess those partnerships that you develop over time through the universities enables us to then develop other things. So it might be other ideas for student placements in other areas, but it might also be research. So we've partnered with some of the people who've been working with us in clinical education space for a really long time to now look at how do we do some publications around what we've been doing, and how do we use each other's knowledge and expertise to create some research and some papers that are really valuable, can make a valuable contribution to this space, but also show the great work that we've been doing over this period of time.
So for people out there who maybe haven't had students or have only had a couple of students, I'd encourage you to continue to developing your skills in this area, because it's just such an amazing learning experience.